Again, for the attendance students, just go on to your classroom, classwork, yung attendance pa rin doon, yun pa din ang i-fill out nyo. Just change the date. You need to put the date today. So it's holiday today, but in our online class discussion, because we only have 1 hour lang, so dili na nato na siya sayahon. Okay, kung next week na punta, mag second grading na ko next week na discussion ninyo. Okay ba? So I want you to prepare a pen and paper, students, for we are going to have our discussion today. So good morning, everyone. So today, our lesson or our topic will be on the component of health. But before we're going to proceed to our topic, so I'm going to leave an introduction. I'm going to share something to you as students, something that is important for you as students to develop. Okay ba? Ready na mo? Ready na? So I will start now. So students, if there is something problem, example, hindi nyo makita yung video ko, hindi nyo makita yung presentation ko, or example, hindi nyo marinig yung boses ko, you can turn on your mic and say a word. Okay ba? So, good morning everyone. So today I'm going to share to you about something that is important for you, important for me, dili lang for the students, but also for every other people. So as students, there are skills that you need to develop. Tama ba? When you're going to school, the school teaches academic na education. But what they want to teach you as students deeply is you need to develop skills that will be helpful for you in the near future or in your upcoming years. Imuha mo proceed na ka sa next nimo na step sa imong life. So, my sharing will be on most important skills that a student must develop. So this is for you, a student. Also, this is also important for me because I also pass as students like you. So, hindi ako magiging guro kung hindi ako naging mag-aaral. So now, so in the center, the big circle in the center, that is one of the most important skill that you as students need to develop. So, critical thinking skills. Hindi na siya pasabot na, o hindi yan ibig sabihin na critical means yung mamamatay na, hindi ganyan na critical. Critical in that term means yung you think, yung nag-iisip ka ng malalim, nag-iisip ka ng mga paraan ng mas malawak yung pag-iisip ka nun. You think widely. Hindi lang like, inisip mo, ganito, then, dyan lang, hindi ganyan. You look for another alternative way or solution. So, yan. So, one of the most important skill that you develop is the critical thinking skill. So, critical thinking skill, this skill, may mga dapat kang gawin para ma-develop ang iyong pagiging critical thinker. So, ano daw yung mga bagay na dapat mong gawin? So, underlying the critical thinking skill are different type of skills that you need to develop para maging buo na magkakaroon ka na critical thinking skills. So, let us talk about number 1. So, sa ibaba, sa taas na bahagi, we can find out there understanding skill. One way that you can develop critical thinking skill is you need to have an understanding skill or you know how to comprehend. Marunong kang umintindi ng mga bagay-bagay. Tama ba? So if you know how to understand an object, something, you know how to understand how that works, naiintindihan mo ano ang kanyang anong gamit ng bagay niyan. So that is one thing that you need to develop as a student, to develop also your critical thinking skill. The second one, you need to also to develop your reading skill, because reading comprehension, di ba, yan yung tinuturo sa English yung reading comprehension means nagbabasa ka na iniintindi mo. Yung iniintindi mo yung binabasa mo. You're comprehending what you are reading. It means as you are reading something or some words, some statements, sentence, alam mo ang ibig sabihin ng binasa mo. That is reading comprehension. Dahil pag alam mo yun, ang ibig sabihin ng binasa mo, it means magagawa mong sagutan ang yung binasa mong statement or sentence. Maintindihan mo yun. Because mostly, you may not know it, but today, mostly, all of the things is written, di ba? Then, ang language pa na ginagamit natin is English. Sometimes Tagalog. So, example, sa mga libro, sa mga books nyo, di ba? Nakasulat lahat. So, if you want to develop this critical thinking skill, if you want to develop this understanding skill and reading skill, you need to read those words. So, mga na siya, reading and understanding. That is reading comprehension. So, the third one also, you need to develop an observant, or you need to become observant. What do you mean by observant? Observant means na naiintindihan mo yung, or na nag-iisip ka while tumitingin ka lang. Example, yung teacher mo, nagtuturo siya. Then you are looking at your teacher. Then while you are looking at your teacher, you are observing him. What are the things he is doing? What are the things that tinuturo niya? You are observing him. What are the purpose of the things that he is teaching? So that is observing. Also, example of observation skill or being observant is example sa computer. So, tumitingin ka na naglalaro sa computer. Hindi mo alam ang larong yun na nilalaro niya. But by being observant, what he is doing while playing that game, you will be able to learn something on how to play that game. That is being observant. Kumbaga sa mga bata pa, yun yung anong nakikita nila, nakopya nila, kung ganyan. That is being observant. So that is also one important skill that you need to develop as students to become a critical thinking person. So fourth one, on the left side, makikita natin dyan si analytical. So analytical means analyzing or analyze. You as students need to learn how to analyze. Di ba? Example, all of these skills are connected to each other. You know how to read. You know how to understand. Now, if you know how to read and understand the statement or the sentence that you are reading or the question that you are reading, then the next one you need to know to do is to analyze what is the meaning of that statement. So that is connected also. What is the meaning of the statement? What is the purpose of that statement? What is the answer of that question? That is analytical. You are analyzing the purpose of something. You are analyzing the reason of why something happened. That is connected also to develop your main, kumbaga, critical thinking skill. It is the brain. Then, meron siyang doon niya, binibigay niya sa ibang parte niya, yung mga skills niya. So next one, we have to, in the right side, the asking question. Sir, asking question skills, yes, sir? Yes, that is a skill. If you know how to ask question, because sometimes in our real world, hindi nakasulat. Diba? May sometimes nagtatrabaho ka, hindi nakasulat yung tinatrabaho mo. So, yung isang katrabaho mo, alam niya yung ginagawa, ay anong gagawin sa trabaho mo. So, you can ask question for you to know or to learn. That is asking question. That is also important to your students. Example, Sa teacher niyo, nagtuturo ako. So, if I ask question, you need to answer. But when I say, ask me a question, so I will answer so that you can understand the question that you ask me. Nga na siya. So, asking question also is important for you to develop. If you know how to ask question, ang sagot na binigay sa iyo, ang gagawin mo dun sa sagot is you are going to analyze that answer na binigay na yung teacher. So after analyzing, kumuha na siya magamit na siya. So next one is we have apply ideas. Diba? Sabi ko nga, after asking question, you will get an answer. Kung may sasagot sa iyo. So if you will get an answer, then you need to analyze that answer. Then, after analyzing the answer, because you know how to analyze the statement, the sentence, the answer that someone give you, then you will be able to apply your idea, your own idea, on how to do it. Ano siya? Diba? Connected yaman sila. So, all the things that you learn, all the things that you will develop, you need to know how to apply that one. Kagaya nga sinabi ko nung last week, di ba? Yung si Juan at si Pedro. Si Juan, napakatalino niya. Pero anong ginawa niya? He did not apply his brightness or his knowledge sa tamang paraan, sa tamang proseso. Di ba? So that is how you need to develop critical thinking skills. You need to know how to apply. Okay, next one, in the bottom left side, we have the innovative. So innovative innovations means you are unique. You know how to create things that is different from something you learn. That is innovative. Example, sa inyong grade 7, di ba, in your music or in your mapping, mayroon daw improvisation of instruments. It means the real instrument, hindi mo siya makikita dito because it is from another place. Now, the teacher wants you to improvise. Improvisation or innovation of an instrument, mo na siya example ng innovative. You can create your own instrument na similar doon sa real instrument. That is innovation. So you know how to innovate things, you know how to create one thing from another thing. Ay, ganyan yan, innovative. So sa madaling pagkasabi niyan, that is you need to be creative. So as students, it is also important a skill to be creative. Then the last one that applies them all is the decision-making skills. Kagaya nyo, Juan at Pedro. Juan and Pedro, those two, yung mga ginawa nila, they did it by their own decision. Tama ba? Si Juan, he decided that magtatrabaho na lang siya dahil magkakapera siya. Pero hindi niya alam ang mangyayari sa future. But si Pedro, nag-aral siya kahit mahina siya sa klase dahil alam niya na magagamit niya ang pag-aaral niya in the future. So that is decision-making skills. So those skills that surrounds the critical thinking skills are the underlying skills that you need to develop to make it in one as critical thinking skills. Nakuha niyo ba, students? So, sir, what's the purpose, why do we need to develop our critical thinking skills? So this is the purpose. So if you develop those skills, the critical thinking skill, if you develop that one, the result of that is you will be able to solve a problem. Sir, math man ang problem solving. Hindi lang siya math. Hindi lang math ang may problem solving. Tama ba? Even in mapping, even in all of your subjects, there are problem solving. But not in a numerical form. Because in math, when we are going to talk about in math, it is numerical form. It means you are talking about numbers. numbers yung isosolve mo, how much the amount, what is the number, with the correct answer, what is the correct number. But in other things, like in other subjects, those are not numerical. Example, in MAPE. So in MAPE, in solving problems in MAPE is when you are going to, when the teacher gives you an assignment or an activity. That is also a problem. Because if you're not going to answer that activity, it will really become a big trouble for your grade. Tama ba? So everything here in our real world, we have or we are facing a lot of problems. So if we know how to think critically, if we know how to think deeper, if we know how to think outside the box, we will be able to solve a problem. So what is the most basic problem sa inyo ha? Sir, basic problem na mo, kabalo sir. So this is the most basic problem in the student. Lower grade. Diba? Mababa ang grades, mababa ang grado ng student. Sir, problema nila, sir? Yes, that is a problem that you need to solve. Paano man yan nagiging problema, sir? So, dito, why do you have, before na siya as question, why do you have a lower grade or a low grade? Bakit ka may mababang grado? So, naging problema na siya because you are asking question. Kung sir, wala akong nag-study, di ba? That is now the problem because you have low grades because you did not study. That is the reason for having a low grade. So what are you going to do now to solve that low grades of yours? So ano daw dapat mong gawin? So you need to solve that problem, yung mababang grado. So then the thing that you need to do is to study, di ba? That is to solve the problem. Study, answer the questions given by the teachers, pass all the projects, what do you call that? Projects, assignments, and the performance tasks, perform it all, pass it to the teachers so that the teacher will give you a higher grade. So that is, your grade is a problem to you if you will not work for it. Right? Tama? So that is how you solve it in your education. Because when you are going to educate yourself, you need to develop these skills, the critical thinking skills. And if you did develop the critical thinking skills and all underlying skills, you will be able to have the result. You will be able to know how to solve a problem. So that is one of the most important skills that you need to learn as students, that you need to develop as students. Ngayon na po mo, sir, bulok magiging ko, sir, right? So I will say it again to you. Walang bobong tao or bata. The only thing is, you did not work so that you will be able to learn about something. Kumbaga, if you did not work, it means napakita dyan that nagiging tamad ka lang. So that is because of sa pagiging tamad, pagiging lazy ng isang student, because of hindi niya binibigyan ng interest, hindi niya binibigyan ng focus ang pag-aaral niya, that is one of the reasons why there are students that are not good in class. Or mga, kumbaga sabihin natin, bulok daw. Pero hindi talaga yan sila bobo. Because you know how to think. In that sense pa lang that you know how to think, alam mong mag-isip, matalino ka na niyan dahil alam mong mag-isip. Kahit nga yung mga baliw na tao they are not bobo. But because what happened to them is parang yung mga ginagawa nila is hindi na kaaya-aya. So that is, you are in your right mind. So as students, you need to develop these two most important skills that is useful for you as students. So critical thinking skills. So number one, critical thinking skills. The underlying skills, you need to develop that one so that you will be able to have a result. You know how to solve problems. Even in your life today, even in your life na kananas niyo balay, there are a lot of problems. Example, wala man may kwarta. Ay, so what will I do to help my parents, to help my family, to earn money? So nga na, if you are asking question about that particular problem that you need to have and you find an answer about that problem, so that is solving problem. Di ba? Hindi lang siya sa mathematics. Hindi lang siya sa mapping. Hindi lang siya sa AP. Hindi lang siya sa lahat ng, hindi lang siya sa dalawang subjects. But it is all over or it is all around us. Na siya sa tuwa na rin. So that is the most important skills that you students need to develop. So sir, what is the connection of that now in our topic for today? Very good question. So let us solve that question of yours. So our topic for today in the component of health is all about types of environmental issues. So what are those environmental issues? Yun yung mga problema dito sa palibot natin. Yun yung mga environmental issues. So there are a lot of environmental issues. But before we are going to proceed to our main discussion, now I want you to prepare a piece of paper and a pen because we're going to have an activity. Okay, this is our activity. Prepare your pen and paper. I will give you 5 minutes to answer this activity. So activity 1. The title of the activity is Text Twister. So instruction, arrange the scrambled words to form the correct or a correct word. Do this in your activity paper. So 1 point for each correct word. So 1 point for each word na siya. So you have 5 minutes to answer this one. So we have 7 items and in each item, may iba na tag 2 word. So example number 1, 2 words yan. Number 2, 2 words. Number 3, 2 words. Number 4, 2 words. Number 5, 1 word. Number 6, 2 words. Number 7, 2 words. So, sorry, I will give you 5 minutes to answer that activity. And your 5 minutes starts now. So the time here is 10, 10:03. So exactly 10:08, we're going to stop your answering and we're going to check your activity. So minsan mag-check, kamo lang gihapon. So no erasure para pag-check ninyo, pag na-erasure, minusan ako siya. So inyo hara lang ang mga scrambled words, inyo hara siyang i-mold form correct word. Wrong spelling, wrong ha. Okay, dili na siya kulang ang mga words, letters, ano. Last 3 minutes. Okay, last 2 minutes. Okay, last 1 minute. Okay, tapos na ba? Tapos na, students?
Wala pa, sir.
Okay, last 30 seconds. Ganun pa rin yung process niya. After the checking, check ka mo mag-check sa inyo kaugalingon. So, bawal mantaya ha. You need to picture that one, take a picture, and pass it on my messenger. So, time's up. So, no more answering. So, now let's proceed to the answer of the following activity. So, number 1, we have the answer is decline biodiversity. It's 2 words. So, decline 1 word, biodiversity 1 word. So, kung tama kayo, 1 point for each word. So, number 2, we have, if we have answer sa kuha. So, number 2, we have water pollution. So, 1 word for water, 1 word for pollution. Then, number 3, air pollution. Number 4, global warming. Number 5, deforestation. 6, climate change. Number 7, environmental hazard. So, those are the answers of the text twister. So, bilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 2 to make it 15. So, plus 2, score plus 2 para over 15 items. Okay, tapos na? Tapos na mag-check? If you are done checking, then I will proceed now to our main topic of today. So, tapos na mag-check now? Okay, so this is our main objectives of today. So, objective number 1. Determine the links of the different environmental issue. So, determine to natin, alamin natin ano ba ang connection, what are the connection of those environmental issues. Then, number 2, second objective, write a possible remedies on solving the different environmental issues. So, dito na. Magagamit nyo na ang critical thinking skills nyo. Because you are going to write a possible remedy or a possible solution. Paano ba natin masusolve ganitong mga environmental issues? So, you are going to use that critical thinking skills of yours. But before we're going to have a next activity, so let us have our discussion first so that you can think critically about all of the environmental issues. What are the reasons? What are the effects? Or what are the causes and effects of these environmental issues? So number one environmental issue that we're going to discuss is all about poor solid waste material. So poor solid waste material. Yun, it means yung mga basura natin na hindi na natapon na maayos. That is one of the environmental issues that here in the Philippines, in the urban places or in the city side means dyan maraming mga hindi maayos na basura na itatapon. So note, so solid waste management remains a major challenge in the Philippines, especially in urban areas like Metro Manila. So ito daw ang pinaka malaking challenge sa kanila, yung pagtatapon ng maayos ng kanilang mga basura. So sometimes kasi, pag hindi mo natin nakikita yung mga tao doon sa mga urban city, kung saan-saan lang nila tinatapon yung kanilang mga garbage or yung mga basura nila. So improper waste disposal, inefficient waste collection, and lack of disposal facilities are among the dominant concerns in the country's solid waste material or management. So those are dahil in the Philippines, we don't have a facility that yung kumokolekt ng mga basura to make it recyclable or yung may isang lugar na doon tinatapon, yun yung wala daw sa atin masyado. Pero now, as we can see, meron tayong tinatawag na RA 9003, di ba? The Republic Act. That Republic Act will help us to regulate our garbages or yung mga RFI materials, yun. Yun yung mga, yung pag tinatapon natin, may mga malalata, may mga plastic, yun, it is segregated na. So that is for the Republic Act 9003. So, what are the causes and effects of the solid waste or improper solid waste disposal? So, causes. So, unsa daw yung mga rason bakit may mga may mga garbages na hindi natatapon sa matamang lugar. So, first cause is discarded household. So, ang pinaka-main reason daw is sa ating pamamahay. We don't know how to segregate our garbage. We don't know where to throw our garbage properly. So, that is the one of the reason sa pamamahay natin. So, that is a problem that we need to solve sa ating pamamahay. We need to know how and where to throw our garbage properly. But it is good for us, di ba? Dahil ngayon may kumukolekta na ng basura. But the problem sa bahay pa rin natin, sometimes we don't know how to segregate our garbages. That is one also of the problem that we in our house needs to solve. Muna siya. The second cause of the improper waste disposal is we have commercial waste. Commercial waste, those are waste from the mga factory, mga business na nasa urban places, hindi nila na sisegregate na maayos yung basura nila, hindi natatapon sa tamang lugar, that is for the commercial waste. So we also have number 3, non-hazardous institutional and industrial waste. So industrial waste, yun yung mga malalaki ng factory, malalaking business na nagpo-produce ng products, and also while they are producing products, they are also producing garbages. Dahil may mga basura talaga yan na kumbaga mga hindi na magagamit sa pag-produce nila ng products, so nagiging garbage yan. So that is one also of the problem bakit there are a lot of improper waste disposal in the Philippines. Number 4, street sweepings. So yung mga hindi na, sweepings means yung, kung kikita nyo ngayon, may nagwawali sa mga street. So sometimes, sa ibang lugar, wala kasi nagwawalis sa mga streets. So those are also the improper waste of disposal. Kumbaga yung iba din, di ba sometimes, I think you actually experience this one, that when you're going to ride a bus, when you're going to ride a jeep or a multi-cab, pag meron kang kinakain, then habang umaandar, ganyan lang sa bintana. So, if you are innocent, then thank you. But if you're not innocent, if you're guilty of doing that, so paguhin mo na yan because it is not good that you're going to throw your garbage just on the street. So sa akin, when I was still in high school, so ganyan ako yung attitude ko na. Pag may kinakain, basura, tapon lang kung saan-saan. But now, I realize that one of the major problem or the reason why there are a lot of improper waste disposal because of us human. Dahil sa atin, o tayo ang nagtatapon, tayo ang may utak kung saan itatapon yung basura. But we did not do the right things. Ganyan. So, number 5, we have construction debris. So, construction debris, yun yung mga bakal na hindi na ginagamit sa construction site, yung mga simento na damage na, tatapon lang nila yan kung saan-saan. So, that is also one of the cause or reason. Then, we have number 6, we have agricultural waste. So, agricultural waste, those are waste from agri-farms or mga farms. Those are kind of waste. But sometimes, in agricultural waste, they can be recycled to become anong magagawa na fertilizer. So, pwede yun sa agricultural waste. Because mostly, ginagamit nila sa agricultural ngayon are organic. So, if it is organic, then it can be recycled and used as a fertilizer. Then we have last one, non-hazardous, non-toxic waste. So, non-hazardous, non-toxic waste, example, anak ka ng mga biodegradable. So, non-hazardous na sila. Because, mga biodegradable man lang sila, nalalanta sila in a short period of time. And yung non-hazardous, yung institutional and industrial waste, those are some kind of waste that are not easily what you call that, na nalalanta. So that is also one of the problem. Yung mga plastic na hindi nalalanta, then itatapon kung saan-saan. Oh. So what are the effects of this improper waste disposal? So anong mga epekto, anong magiging epekto nito sa atin? Number 1, it can lead to health hazard. Yes, it can lead to health hazard. Because sometimes, yung sa mga squatter area, kung makikita nyo sa Metro Manila, because those are the place na talaga doon marami ang improper waste disposal. Sa mga ilog nila doon, sa unang panahon, nung wala pang, hindi pa commercialized or hindi pa masyadong nag-boom economy sa Manila, ang ilog malinis pa. Pero ngayon, dahil marami ng tao natira sa squatter, yung mga basura nila tinatapon sa ilog, so nagiging dangerous na siya sa health dahil sa mga pwedeng mamuong virus or bacteria doon. So that can lead to health hazard of a human. So human ang gumawa, so babalik talaga sa atin. Yung mga ginawa natin hindi maganda. So kung tatawag doon nila karma. So karma, kung may nagbuhat anak, so balik ko sa inyo. So ganyan din yan. So what you did, what you sow is what you reap. It means ano yung itinanim mo, yun yung aanihin mo. So ganyan yan. If nagtanim ka ng mabuting gawain, nagtanim ka ng mga mabuting bagay, so aani ka ng mga mabuting bagay. Ganyan yan. So kung nag-aral ka ng mabuti, yun ang itinanim mo, nag-aral ng mabuti, so ang maaani mo is you will be successful in the future. That is, what you saw is what you reap. So number 2, effects. Serious environmental impacts, ground and surface water contamination, flooding, air pollution, and spread of disease. So, isa din daw sa magiging epekto nito is yung surface or impact in ground, surface water contamination. It means yung mga tinatapon na basura sa tubig, it will contaminate to the water or it will pollute the water. So, connected pa rin siya, di ba? Improper waste disposal, if not did right, it can go beyond water pollution. So that is the second thing that we are going to discuss. And dahil sa mga basura na hindi na itapon ng tama, hindi tinapon sa mga tamang lugar, at itinatapon lang sa ilog ng iba, water pollution will be the outcome of that. So this is water pollution. No, water pollution is one of the major environmental issues in the Philippines. Major pa rin. Dahil sa tao, hindi marunong magtapon ng basura, kung saan tinatapon sa sapa, sa dagat, kaya nagkakaroon ng water pollution. So the government continues to try to clean up the problem. The government is trying hard to clean the water. So implementing fines to polluters as well as environmental taxes, but many problems have not been addressed. So maraming daw silang ginawang paraan. One of the ways na ilang ginawa is nagbibigay sila ng penalty or fines. Kumbaga, pag nagtapon ka ng basura, example sa classroom, o magtapon ka ng basura, may fines ka, example, piso. Pero sa kanila, malaki yung fines pag hindi natapon ng maayos yung basura. Because it is connected. Improper waste disposal, tinatapon lang sa sapa, dahil hindi doon ang, kahit na hindi doon ang tapunan, so nagiging contaminated ang water, nagiging polluted ang water. And the outcome will be water pollution. So we have now the causes. Kung saan yung mga causes, kasi mga rason ganong na-pollute ang tubig. One of the cause is we have industrial. Industrial means yung mga malalaking factory, mga malalaking buildings na nagpo-produce ng mga pagkain, ng mga manufacturer, ganyan. That is one of the reason why we have water pollution. Bakit? Bakit nagkakaroon ng water pollution? Bakit sila rason? Here, the metal varies according to industry. Lead, mercury, chromium, cadmium, and cyanide. So these chemicals from the industrial company sometimes did not throw properly or did not throw it properly. So that is the problem. Because of improper waste disposal that some industrial company did, that's why napupunta yung mga basura nila sa tubig sa sapa. And what happened? The water becomes polluted, you know. Then we have agricultural or the organic way. So organic, decayed plants, dead animals, livestock, manure, soil runoff, and non-organic pesticides and fertilizers. So organic, it means, mga example, may namatay na hayop. Sometimes yung iba, pinapaanod na nasa sapa, yung mga, mga nalanta nilang mga mga damo or mga balat ng prutas, tinatapon nila sa sapa, hindi nila tinatapon ng maayos. Kahit hindi mo itinapon sa sapa yung mga basura mo, sir, wala man kung nagdamay sa sapa. Pag umulan, pag umapaw yung tubig, so all the water from the ground, sometimes i-absorb na niya, and sometimes also the water will flow from ground to the river. So kahit na hindi ka nagtapon dun sa sapa, because water can penetrate anywhere, pupunta pa rin yan doon sa sapa at sa mga dagat. So that is decayed plants, organic, and for the non-organic is we have yung mga pesticide na ginagamit nila, so it can also contaminate water. So number 3, domestic sewage. Domestic sewage, yun yung mga drainage sa mga kanal. Yan. Yung mga kanal, sometimes yung iba, ang mga waste nila sa kanilang pagluluto, ilabay na sa kanal, may muawas sa lagi daw. So saan patungo yung tubig sa kanal, sa mga drainage or sa mga sewage? Sa sapa. So saan patungo ang sapa? Sa dagat. So ganyan. If you know how to think critically, you can connect the different environmental issues because of improper waste materials and dahil sa tao, sa kagawgawa ng tao na hindi nagtatapon ng maayos ng kanilang basura, yung mga basura nila, yung mga garbages nila, yung mga yung mga bagay na hindi nila ginagamit, kung saan tinatapon, can also pollute water. And the river goes to the sea. Yung mga hayop, nakakakain ng mga cellophane, mamatay, kung nakakarinig kayo ng balita about a whale died, then pagtingin nila sa tiyan, maraming mga plastic, maraming mga non-biodegradable na materials. And it is because the reason is human improper waste disposal. Diba? Human improper waste. Anong kita man, sir? Kaya kita man ang naay unang-una. So we know what is right and wrong. Yung mga hayop, because their instinct is iba sa atin, okay lang sila na kung saan-saan sila magtapon. But sometimes kasi the human knowledge, it becomes destructive to us. Wala. Sobrang ka-bright ang mga tao tungkol yung mga dagkong building, di ba? O yung mga basura atong dagkong building, basura palo sa ilabay, so ilabay na lang sa kanila. So improper waste disposal can cause water pollution. So there were other sources is oil, mine, or chemical spills, and legal dumping in or near water. Legal dumping, so yung pagtatapon, mga basura, mga garbage nila near water. So malapit sa mga sapa, ganyan. So what are the effects? So one effect is it can cause or it can have the effect niya is we can have water shortage. No? Water shortage. Sa Manila, sa urban places, kung nakikinig kayo sa balita, sometimes nagre-reklamo sila dahil yung mga problema nila sa tubig, sometimes wala doon sila tubig because the problem there is limited ang water nila dahil because they cannot get clean water source from nearby. So kumbaga, nag-aantay lang sila doon sa Maynila, yung nagpo-produce ng water na dam na magbigay sila kanila ng tubig. Yun, water shortage because hindi sila nakakakuha ng malinis na source ng water na malapit lang sa kanila. Kasi sa Manila, mahirap doon magawa ka ng deep well because ang deep well doon, hindi siya masyadong maganda ang source ng tubig or hindi siya good for drinking ang source ng kanyang tubig. So we have second one, dying river. So maraming mga sapa ang namamatay. So when you're going to think critically, nung mga sinaunang panahon, yung wala pang masyadong malalaking building, wala pang masyadong malaking mga industrial company, yung mga sapa natin, malilinis pa yung tubig. Malilinis, clear pa ang water. But because of those industrialization, sometimes itong water karon ng mga sapa na to, hindi na tayo nakakakuha ng isda, hindi na tayo nakakakita ng isda. Dahil, nada-damage niya. Yung mga isda, yung habitat nila, nasisira. So, polluted marine life, yun. If the water is polluted, means the marine life or the fish that lives in that water will disperse or aalis sila. Pupunta sa ibang lugar, so mawawala sila. Ganyan yan. So also, effect niya is decline biodiversity. So decline biodiversity, sample sa mga sapa. Nung una panahon, yung mga sapa, may mga isda pa. Ngayon, wala na. Example, when I was in my elementary, nag-aral ako sa Macau Heights Central Elementary School, yung sa may poblasyon. Kanal sa may highway, limpyo pa ng tubig dira sa una sa panahon. Napanay mga isda dira. Pag nakuha kami yung isda dira na ng mga gapi, yung color na gapi ang ikog. But, kung titingnan mo yun ngayon, sometimes wala ng tubig, sometimes yung tubig is may mga green na nalumot. That is because of the waste that is not properly disposed by us human. So tayo pa rin ang dahilan. So number 5, people unable to access clean water. So yun, because of water pollution, hindi ka makakakuha ng tubig na sa sapa para gamitin pang ligo, pang laba, so ganyan. And it happened sometimes more in urban places, yung sa mga city. Mga na sa kung nakatira ka sa city, di ka doon makakita ng bomba, deep well, deep well, means hinukay yung butas para magkaroon ka ng water. Sometimes talaga is nawasa yung galing sa government na water. So that is the effects of water pollution. Now, the third one, we have air pollution. Air pollution. Water, improper disposal, water pollution, air pollution. Connected pa rin yan sila. That is the link between them. At kung nakikita niyo yung picture, ano yan? Mga usok galing from the industry. So note, Air pollution has been affecting 98% of the population, resulted to 4,000 deaths annually. So air pollution daw causes deaths annually. The Philippines ranked 57 out of 98 countries in IQ Air Visuals list of the world's most polluted country in 2019. So narank as 57, ka-57 sa most polluted air sa 98 na country na ilahan survey about air pollution. So air pollution in the region of Manila has been linked to between 11,000 and 27,000 deaths in 2018 alone. Sorry. So air pollution can cause death. Ano yung nangyayari daw? So what are the causes? Ano ba mga rason? Bakit may air pollution? Number one, factories burn materials. So yung mga factories na mga planta na example, nagluluto ng mga pagkain, or example, yung mga planta na mayroon silang burning materials na process, yung mga burned materials, yung mga usok nun, hindi naman yun nilikom nila, hindi nga natin kayang hawakan ng usok. So it will disperse through our atmosphere. And that's also one of the reasons that we have air pollution. Bakit nagkaroon, sir? Bakit may mga malalaking factory kasi, sir? Because of the human knowledge. Wala akong ingon kayo na, sometimes human knowledge became destructive to us. Became destructive to our surroundings. Bukod ng malaking building, malaking factory, nagluluto ng mga doon, bakal, yung gano'n. Nag-ano sila, nag-burn ng kanilang materials. So, pumupunta sa air yung usok, will pollute our air. Number two, people burning recyclable materials such as cellophane, plastic, and etc. Yung pagsusunog pa lang din natin, kahit maliit lang yan. Sir, gamay lang itong isunog, sir. Even maliit lang yan. Pag palagi ka nagsusunog ng mga plastic, yung mga cellophane, it will disperse in the air. Then, ang hangin natin dito, or our air, hindi yan siya pupunta doon sa outer space. Because in our Earth, we are layered by atmosphere, diba? Atmosphere, troposphere, yun. So, in the atmosphere, dyan yun mag-stay ang mga burned smokes, yung mga burned materials or smoke na na-produce. So, yan yun. That is one also of the causes. Yun sa atin pa din yung nagsusulong tayo. Causes, tayo pa din ang rason, tao pa din ang rason. So, number three, biochemical component from science laboratories. An example of this is the COVID-19. So, sir, ano na-appeal man ang COVID-19 sa air pollution? Because COVID-19, it is a virus that can travel through air. When it travel through air, it means hindi mo siya makita, nagpalukod na din na siya sa imong hangin. So, pag na-inhale mo siya, it will trigger any disease to you. So, COVID-19 is not a disease. It is a virus. Remember that one, ha? So, virus, if it is a virus, ano bang ginagawa ng virus? So, analyze daw. Think critically, anong ginagawa ng virus? So, kung ato ka sa computer, ang ginagawa ng virus sa computer, pag nag-virus ang computer mo, it will damage your computer. Sisirain niya yung system ng computer mo. So, if it will happen to the person, pag nagkaroon ka ng COVID-19 virus, so it will damage your immune system. Ang immune system mo, yun yung nagbibigay ng, sa'yo, nagbibigay na yung mga antibodies or yung lumalaban sa mga sakit. So pag na-damage yung immune system mo, na-damage yung lungs mo, yung mga organs mo sa katawan, now, dyan ka na madaling malalapatan ng sakit. Yan yun. So ang gagawin ng COVID-19 virus is pahihinain ka niya, kaya magkakaroon ka ng sakit. Kagaya lang din yan sa human immunovirus or HIV. Ang HIV, yung nangyayari sa mga tao, kasi nagkakaroon sila ng sexual intercourse kahit kanino, so nagkakaroon sila ng HIV. So HIV is a virus. that will destroy your immune system. Now, ang AIDS, that will be the result of HIV. Kumbaga, AIDS means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Means acquired, nakukuha mo na sakit. Yun. So kung meron kang HIV, humina ang iyong immune system or hihina ang immune system pag nagkaroon ka ng HIV. So ang mangyayari niyan, pag mahina ang immune system mo, madaling makakapasok ang sakit sa iyong katawan. Yun. Magkakaroon ka na ng cancer, magkakaroon ka na ng sakit sa balat, magkakaroon ka na ng kidney problem because your immune system weakened. And the reason of why your immune system weakened because of the virus. Ganyan din sa COVID-19. It will weaken you. Pahihinain ka niya para madali kang dapuan ng sakit. Ganun. So sir, so ang COVID-19 is more on the air mo siya. So sa lungs yan siya tumitira. Because air, our lungs needs air, oxygen. And the COVID-19 virus present on air, that's why sa lungs siya natin tumitira. Ganyan sa cause niya. So effects. So effects ng air pollution lead to health hazards. Hazards pa rin. Can cause death, can cause you illness or sakit. Yan. Number 2, serious environmental impacts. Contamination of air. So yun, serious environmental impacts. Connected pa rin ito sa isa nating pag-aaralan niya. Number 4, damaged atmosphere. So damaged atmosphere, kagaya lang din yan ng polluted atmosphere. Or damaged, yung tawag natin ozone layer, para yung init ng araw hindi masyadong makapasok sa atin, damage din siya dahil sa mga ibiniburn natin na materials or yung mga company na plastic or cellophane. And effects niya is global warming. Diba? So global warming also is one of the environmental issues that we have. But number 4, before we're going to proceed on global warming, noise pollution. Yes, sir. Pag-uli na, noise pollution. Yes. Ano mo, isa po yung rason ng noise pollution? Tanawan nila sa left side. Tingnan nyo sa left side. Tingnan nyo sa right side. Kung anong nakikita nyo, think critically. Bakit nagiging problema ang noise pollution? So kung makikita nyo sa left side, yung mga car, the engine of the car, yung mga umaandar na sasakyan, yung mga sounds na kini-create niyan, sometimes it is nuisance or annoying to us. Sometimes din yung mga horn nila. Diba yung iba, masyadong malakas yung horn pag silbato si wife. Makuratan ka because of the high voltage or high power niya ng or niya amplified or yun yung sa left side. Sa right side naman, kung nakikita nyo, sa gitna, kung you're going to think critically, that is the globe. The globe means the world. That is the world. So in the world daw, all over the world, humans had invented many things. So naka-invento ang humans ng iba't ibang klaseng bagay. At yung mga na-invento ng humans na mga equipment, machines that produces sound, nagiging damage na din sa atin as noise pollution. Nag-produce ng sound. Example, yung chainsaw. Di ba? Pag na mag-chainsaw, maglagot ka, kaya sapa kayo yung chainsaw, that is noise. Noise is different from sound. Remember that one, ha? Sound means that is just so sound, by all means, pervade our environment. So sound daw, dili na ito na siya ma-evade. Or it is already present in our environment, ang sound. But it can be produced by humans too. So humans daw, pwede na makaproduce ng sound. And also through other external sources. But a sound annoying to one's ear is now sitting and will cause exasperation. Or it can annoy us. It can makasagabal sa tuwa ang sound. Ay sound daw na kanang sobra na. So this defined as noise. So noise daw is defined na yung sound na naging sobra na ma-receive ng ears natin. That is the noise. So kung hina pa lang siya yung music, so maganda pa siya, that is sound, that is good for you. Pero pag masyadong malakas na, parang sasabog na yung tainga mo, sobrang lakas, that is now become noise. Yan na, nagiging annoying ka na. Nagiging parang nag-trigger sa'yo na umiinit yung ulo mo dahil hindi ka makapokus dahil sa ingay. That is noise. So, noise which can be harmful and is considered as an environmental pollution because it affects human health. Diba? So, sino ba ang gumawa ng noise, sir? Sound daw present sa environment. Yung sinabi niya dito, it can be produced by humans. Because of the knowledge of humans, they created something like chainsaw, they created something like airplane, they created something like jeep, they created something that produces sound in a higher amplified way that becomes noise. So, human magyapon yung dahilan. Di ba? Kita magyapon dahilan. So, yun, sir, dili man kami. So, dili kita, o kapalo ko, dili ka mo. But sometimes, as I said earlier, the human knowledge that we have, yung mga scientists na i-invent nila na bagay, sometimes napapagaan yung mga gawain natin, but sometimes, kung mayroon siyang nagawang mabuti, meron din siyang masamang epekto. Yun. Because of the inventions of humans, inventions nila na mga kahit ibang bagay, may nagawa na mabuti, may nagawa din hindi mabuti sa iba. So we have two types of noise generator. So noise generator means dito nagagaling ang mga noise. Number one is industrial noise. Industrial noise is that unwanted sound emitted by machines and equipment found in a workplace, such as generators and engines. So guys, extend na ko para iwas sa ito. So, industrial noise, yun yung sa mga factory, mga industrial, mga companies na may ginagawa sila sa kanilang project. Yun, noise na nire-release nila. No? Generators and engines. So, yung mga sasakyan, yung mga malaking sasakyan, mga kotse, yung mga motor, yun, ang industrial noise. So, non-industrial noise, on the other hand, is community noise, also known as domestic noise. It ranges from sources such as air conditioning system, office machines, home appliances, and neighbors' activity. So industrial noise means yung sa mga sasakyan, sa mga machines, mga engines, mga generator. Then non-industrial noise yung sa mga TV, yung sa mga air condition, yung sa bahay natin, yung mga sound system na parang bungol, i-full yun pag-ayaw, buto-buto na, nakakadungog sa mga palibot, grabe buto-buto. So it can cause also noise. And that is called domestic noise. Yung sa community lang natin. Industrial na, yun yan sa malalaki na yun, yung mga sasakyan, mga engines. That is the two types of noise generator. Those are the causes. Now, what are the effects of noise pollution? It can harm human health. In what way, sir, na makaharm siya sa human health? Think critically daw. In what way? Pag saba kayo sa imong dunggan, your ear or your hearing is a sense, di ba? It is a sense organ, your ear. What will you sense? It will go to your brain. Ano ang nakikita mo, pupunta sa utak mo, ipaprocess niya, isi-send niya sa buong katawan mo. Anong naririnig mo, pupunta sa utak mo, the brain will process that one, isi-send niya sa buong katawan mo. So, ganyan yan. So, it can damage your ear, also it can damage your psychological aspect, yung noise. Because, pag rinig mo, napakaingay, so yung brain mo, it cannot process properly because of the annoying sound na hindi niya kaya i-accept. That is, dito, makita rin. Interfere people's activity and focus. So, di ba? Pag masyadong maingay, you cannot focus. If you cannot focus, ano ang problema? dito sa brain because the brain will be the one to process something, everything in your body. Siya ang nag-process, siya ang nag-send dito sa ating mong lawas. So anong hinahawakan mo, pag hawak mo, naitunog or naiinit, sense of touching, pupunta yan sa brain, send niya sa katawan mo. Kaya nagkakaroon ka ng feelings na, ay, init. Because your brain is the one processing what your senses accepting. Ganyan yan. So ano yung nalalasahan mo? Pupunta sa brain mo yung nalalasahan mo, i-process ng brain, yun yung ma-release niya. So yan, ganyan ka, powerful ang brain ng tao. But sometimes, the powerful thing that the brain of or the human knowledge comes also become distractive to us. So number 3, disturb your sleep. So naturally yun na. Pagsapa kayo na isang na other people that even if it is too noisy in their surroundings, they can still sleep. So grabe, no? It's good for them. But sometimes, if you are someone that did not want noise, that when you are going to sleep, hindi ka talaga makakatulog. Number 4, we have cardiovascular and psychological disturbance. Matong ingon, cardiovascular and psychological disturbance. So, na-appeal mo si heart. Ay, sorry. Ano na-appeal si heart? So, yung aning, ano na-appeal si heart? Because when you hear a loud noise, sometimes your beat of heart is parang bumibilis siya. So it can cause cardiovascular also. So sometimes also, yan, example, pakuratan ka o nagkusugay na tingog, akihuran galit. Diba? Sometimes ang uban, pakuratan. Because ang sense naman yung ano is, dili naman yung noise, yung hearing sense ang matarong anak, pati man ang imuhang na parang feel touching, bakit kuratan ka, kaya naon ka, makita ni mo ba yun, ma-hear din mo. So it sometimes become unhealthy for you ang noise. So number 5, reduce people performance. So nag-reduce daw ng performance ng tao. So tama yun. If you are a student, I'm going to talk about student, sometimes there are students na gusto nila mag-aral ng sila lang mag-isa, yung peaceful, hindi maingay. So because if it is peaceful, if hindi maingay, nag-aral ka, you can focus to what you are reading, you can understand to what you are reading, you can think critically to what you are reading. So kung saba kayo, nagbasa ka, saba kasi yung palibot, because naririnig mo yon, pinaprocess din yun ng brain mo. So duha na sila. Ano yung binabasa mo, nakikita ng mata mo, pinaprocess ng brain, yung naririnig mo, na maingay, pinaprocess ng brain, so hindi makaka-focus yung brain. Paglibog ang brain, mas mamanahon ako, kato ko natunggan, or kato ko nabasa, so ganyan. So kaya, nagkakaroon din siya ng psychological disturbance. So that is the effects of noise pollution. No? Grabe, no? Na noise pollution, isa may dahilan ang yun. Tao rin yapon. So ito yapon. Now, you have climate change. Isa may dahilan ang climate change. Kumbaga daw po, who is one main reason bakit mayroong climate change? So yung makatubag, one answer lang. Why do we have climate change? Students. Bakit may climate change tayo? So the one main reason why there is climate change, because of what humans are doing. Tayo pa rin. Yung mga na-invent ng human, yung mga improper waste disposal, yung mga ginagawa nila, yung mga pagsusunog nila ng mga materials nila, that can cause climate change. So ayun yung mga ginagawa nila sa environment, that one of the reasons why there is climate change. Cause, the main cause or reason why there is a climate change is greenhouse gases. So, greenhouse gases are the main cause of climate change. Trap trapping in the sun's heat and warming the surface of the earth. So yun yung nangyari. Yung mga greenhouse gases effect or greenhouse gases, yun yung mga burned materials from the industrial or yung mga sinusunog natin or mga sinusunog ng mga factory. It can cause air pollution, and air pollution, pag naggrabe na siya, pag napakarami na niya na sinusunog, marami na sinusunog yung mga tao, so anong nangyayari? Na kukulong ang carbon dioxide sa ating atmosphere. And carbon dioxide is not good for our body. That is. So, ang carbon dioxide, pag na kulong na yan siya dito, mag-init na siya masyado, isa pa, yung sun, yung reflection ng sun, pinapainit niya yung carbon dioxide, kaya nangyayari, mas nagkakaroon ng, mas umiinit siya. At also, in that climate change, it sometimes become iba't ibang weather phenomena ang nabibigay niyan. So effects of climate change. Increased ocean temperature is affecting the sea life and ecosystems habituated there. Sir, tumataas pala yung tubig sa dagat. So bakit tumataas ang tubig sa dagat? Sometimes yung sa lugar sa mga island, yung mga malalaking ice, pag nagkakaroon ng global warming dahil napakainit na nalulusaw yung mga ice. Nalulusaw yon, so mahalo sa tubig dagat. So, pag nahaluan ng maraming tubig dagat na, at dahil doon sa nalulusaw na ice, kaya nagkakaroon ng rise of ocean. Then, yung pag-init din also, example, yung global warming, is also one of the reason or why there is climate change. Global warming, sa sobrang init ng ating paligid, yung init niya, yung mga sa dagat, naiinitan din niya sila. Kahit nasabihin niyo, sir, naglangoy naman sa tubig, minitan, di mo sa, yes, minitan. Maligong dagat niya, tutong-tutok, di ba ka minitan? Sir, pag magsalong ka sila sa tubig, init niya siya. So it can damage the ecosystem living in the water. Then second one, the rise in global sea levels is shrinking our land. Good. Rise of sea level. Dahil dun sa mga phenomena na nangyayari sa atin. So third one, we have increased frequency of extreme weather events. So climate change, example, sa atin sa Mindanao. I think, since in my birth times na ako, hantod karon, that is the second time na naagian tao bagyo sa Mindanao. Di ba? First thing is doon sa noong 2012, yung bagyong Pablo. Second is ngayon, yung bagyong Auring. So that is climate change. Yung panahon natin nung una, hindi tayo nababagyuhan, pero ngayon, nagdadaanan na tayo ng bagyo. That is the reason or the effects of the climate change. Also, may ibang lugar sa ibang bansa na napakainit. Like, I think saan yun na lugar. Sa Saudi at tayo na yung Saudi is mainit na lugar or sand na yung mga desertong lugar. Pero nagkaroon ng ice fall or kumbaga ba nag-snow. Nag-snow sa kanilang lugar. Yeah, init yan ng lugar. So it means that is climate change. Na iba't ibang phenomena nangyayari sa atin. Also, climate change can cause drought. Diba? Drought and different types of weather phenomena. Yung sinabi ko, different types of weather phenomena. Means, yung mga lugar ng una na hindi nauulanan, inuulan na. Yung mga lugar ng una na hindi binabagyo, nagpabagyo na. That is the reason of climate change. Yung lugar ng una na hindi natutuyuan ng tubig, napakaraming source ng water, ngayon, nagkakaroon na ng drought. Nagkakaroon na ng El Nino. So that is the effects of climate change. And the main reason why there is climate change because of the human activities. Tayo pa din ang rason. Hindi ka mo kapag na, pero yung mga ibang tao na they have human activities na nagiging cause or naging effect ang climate change. So number 6, we have decline biodiversity. When it talks about decline, it is something, cause niya, kasi mga cause sa decline, biodiversity, climate change, water pollution, air pollution, global warming, human modernization, deforestation, denudation, illegal logging, and animal trafficking. Those are the reasons or mga causes na ay decline biodiversity. So, sa decline biodiversity, it means yan yung mga hayop na rare na hayop na nagiging extinct. It means nawawala na sila sa ating ecosystem. Pansamantala, makikita mo or sometimes di man talaga nakikita. Anong naging rason? Dahil sa climate change. Sometimes, because of the climate change, yung mga hayop, dumadapo sila sa ibang lugar. Imbes na dito sila sa lugar na ito nag-stay, but because of climate change, because of air pollution, water pollution, maalis sila dyan ng lugar. Example, sa water pollution, sa river, noong unang panahon, nung wala pang mga malinis pang river, you can catch fish in the river. But now, hindi mo na mag-catch yun sa river. Sa dagat na because of the water pollution. Yan. Sa air pollution, yung mga ibon. Yung mga ibon, sometimes sa climate change o global warming, yung mga ibang ibon na nakatira sa mainit na lugar dahil hindi na nila kinaya yung ang sobrang init, namamatay sila, nagiging extinct, or sometimes umaalis sila sa lugar na yan. That is the decline biodiversity. So human modernization, because human is expanding, yung mga bukid sa unang panahon, karon dagko na kay building, so yung mga nakatira ng hayop, hinahunting ng ibang tao, yung iba umaalis, kaya nawawala sila. This decline biodiversity. Deforestation, yun yung sabi ko, yung mga puno, yung putol ng mga illegal loggers, denudation, yung pagsunog ng mga kagubatan, denudation or kaingin, yun. Then animal trafficking. So, animal trafficking. Sino ba ang nagta-traffic ng mga animal? Or, hindi yan na traffic. Dito kayo, linya, hindi ganyan. So, animal trafficking, it means, hinuhuli ng mga tao yung particular animals, then, binibenta nila or in-smuggle nila sa ibang lugar. That is animal trafficking. So, hindi siya pwede because environmental biodiversity, or mga animals that is protected by the DENR, Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Sila ang nagre-regulate dyan sa ganyang mga pangyayari sa animal trafficking. So, what is the effects? If those are the causes, ang magiging effect niya is extinction of some of animals and plants. Yes. Dahil sa sobrang init ng global warming, sa climate change, yung mga ibang mga plants, hindi na nabubuhay, namamatay. Nawawala na sila sa ecosystem. Also, some livelihood of commoner people reduces. When we talk about commoner, yun yung mga tao na nakatira sa mga kagubatan, dahil ng mga kagubatan, hinahunting na. So, yung mga livelihood nila doon, yung mga primary source nila of food, nawawala na. That is. Then, third one, endangering the population, endangering the population of rare and unique animals and plants. Yan yun. Endangered. Yung mga endangered animals, pag hinuhuli mo yan, so it means, pag hinuhuli mo, sometimes namamatay, so nawawala sila sa ecosystem. They are becoming extinct. Kaya tinawag sa endangered because konti na lang sila. Dahil hinuhuli pa ng iba, pinapatay pa ng iba, so mawawala talaga sila. Yung ibang mga plants na endangered, kinukuha ng iba, tinatanim, namamatay, so nagiging extinct, nawawala sa ecosystem. So those are the effects of decline biodiversity. So, ihang rason ng Japon, sa human activities hazard. So, environmental hazard, it is divided into three. The first type of environmental hazard, we have the physical hazard. The physical hazard are physical processes that occur naturally in environment. These include natural disaster. Those are events such as earthquakes, tornadoes, volcanoes, blizzards, landslide, and droughts. Those are mga physical hazards. Then second one, chemical hazards can be both natural and human or human-made chemicals in the environment. So yun. May natural chemical hazard, but meron ding human-made natural chemical hazard. So human-made chemical hazard include many of the synthetic chemicals we produce. So yun yun. Sino ba nagpo-produce niyan? Sometimes yung mga scientists, yung mga nag-aaral about chemistry, yung mga chemists, yun yun. Sila nagpo-produce niyan. So, tao pa rin. So, of the synthetic chemicals we produce, like disinfectants. So, sino ba nag-invento ng disinfectant, ng mga alcohol? So, tao pa din. Sino ba nag-invento ng mga pesticides? Sino ba nag-invento ng mga, yung mga spray sa lamok? Tao pa din. That is chemical hazards. So, disinfectant, pesticides, and plastics. So, sino ba nag-invento ng mga bagay niyan? So, tao. And dahil sa improper waste disposal, yung mga inimbento kahit saan natin tapon, so it can cause different types of environmental issues and effects to us, people, and also our environment. So some chemical hazards occur naturally in the environment, like the heavy metals, lead, and mercury. So there are mga natural environmental hazards. Yun yung mga example, na nakikreate na fossils na sa ibang lugar, nakikreate na fossils, nagiging nagiging iron ore siya, yung iron sand, nagiging siya mercury, yun, those are environmental hazards na natural. When we talk about natural, it means the nature itself did that one because of the fossil fuels. So fossil na nag-decay at nag-compose siya ng compound na naging ganyang chemicals. So that is natural. It is not a man-made. But mostly, karon makita na to, man-made chemicals or hazards ang mostly nag-dominate sa ato ang kalibutan. Third one, we have biological hazards. So biological, also known as biohazards, refer to biological substances that pose a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily that of humans. This can include medical waste or samples of microorganisms, virus, or toxins from a biological source that can affect human health. One of the best example of biohazard is the coronavirus. Isa may nagbuhat sa coronavirus, tao rin yapon, scientist. So, isa may karoon na apektuhan, kita rin yapon. So, maraming naapektuhan because of the human activity. So, ano ba ang link? Ano ba ang nagko-connect sa mga environmental issues ngayon? One link is that is because of the human activities. Ang nagko-connect sa kanya lahat. Because of the different activities that we humans did ng mga scientists, mga businessmen, mga nagko-infrastructure in pambukat, that is one of the reason, or that is the cause that triggers different environmental issues. So, the total environmental issues, they are connected to each other. Dili mahitabo to climate change kung walay pagsunog sa mga materials. Dili mahitabo ang water pollution kung walay improper waste disposal. Diba? Dili mahitabo ang air pollution kung hindi nagsusunog ng mga materials or synthetic materials, plastic, cellophane, ang mga factories, ang mga tao. So yun, because of the human activities, it triggers different environmental issues. So that is the link. So summary. Summary. Environmental issues, yung sa gitna. So 4, these are the 7 environmental issues. So, sahin natin yung sa ibabaw, sa may gilid. So the biggest impact that triggers these environmental issues are the human activities. Dahil pa din sa atin. Oh, I'm not imposing that kayo dahilan. But because we human are one ta, because we are made by God in His own likeness and image, kaya we are one. So kaniyang mga taong gumagawa niyan, madamay pa rin tayo. So that is the reason of that. So, di ba? So ngayon, ano bang nakuha niyo sa all about environmental issues? Pwede pa ba natin itong ma-solve? So the government is doing their hard. So the government is trying hard to solve these problems all about environmental issues. Now, question, anong magagawa mo? What can you do to help reduce the problem regarding environmental issues? So this will be your assignment for this discussion. In a one whole sheet of paper, the 7 environmental issues, 2 sentences each for each environmental issues, gagawin nyo, you will write a remedy or solution. Kung ano ang pwede na solusyon para ma-solve ang air pollution, ang water pollution, climate change. So write a 2-sentence solution for each of the environmental issues. So that will be your assignment. Okay ba? Students, nakuha ba ninyo? So what can you do to help reduce the problem regarding environmental issues? So, example, so number 1, improper waste disposal. So what can you do to help reduce improper waste disposal? So what kind of sentence? I will teach my family and myself to throw our garbage properly and segregate our garbage. So that is 1 sentence. 1 sentence na para sa iyo na. So 1 sentence for each environmental issues. So yung ato siya, example. So I will discipline myself to throw my garbage properly, to segregate my garbage, the non-biodegradable, biodegradable, that is 1 remedy na pwede mong gawin. For example, I will educate my community, my neighbors. I will tell them to throw their garbage properly. That is also a remedy. Kung kaya mo yung gawin. So that's a remedy. So sa water pollution, what can you do to reduce water pollution? Reduce na. Mag-research mag-solve ang water pollution. So, I will not throw garbage in the waters, near river. So all those are remedies. So that will be your assignment. 1 sentence for each of the environmental issues. I want you to create your own solution for that. No wrong answer for this because dito nyo na magamit yung critical thinking skills nyo. Mag-isip kayo, ano ang mga, that is the connection of our introduction. Ano ang mga pwedeng paraan para ma-reduce o para ma-solve itong mga environmental issues. So you are now thinking critically. So in thinking critically, you can solve or give a remedy about the problems in environmental issues. Ngayon ka, isudan isa online class na rin, no? Mag-research na lang ko. Mag-research na lang ka. You can research also. So students, are you still there? Napaba mo?
Yes, sir.
Overtime na kayo, no? So rin, overtime kayo, no? Kaya, magkanahan, mag-history agad. So, those are, think critically for what are the solutions you can come up all about different environmental issues. Ipasa niyo na sa kuha sa 1 sheet paper, picture natin kaya po send niyo sa kuha messenger. So 1 sentence for,
Deadline.
Deadline? Okay, deadline niya na karong Domingo.
Ay, Domingo.
This Sunday ang deadline niya para taas mo time. So, one sentence lang for each of the environmental
Kamay na ka.
issues. Gagawa kayo ng solution for each of them.
Kamay rin
So that will be all for today. And thank you for your listening. Thank you for being there. Even sa time na to is na-overtime na siya because I know that you've learned something about our topic for today. So any questions, students? Pumunta na mo? Pumunta na?
Wala na po, sir.
For your attendance, go to your classwork and then fill out the form all about attendance. Put the date today para ma-attendance ta mo. So that's all for today, students, and God bless. Thank you for listening, and you can go now. Bye, students.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
Wait lang, sir.
You need to apply what you have learned para magamit mo siya.
Sir, usay code kay nimo, sir. Wala pa ko Google Classroom nimo, sir.
Naman.
Sige, code nimo sa Google Classroom.
Tanaw sa Andrea.
Okay, sir.
Classroom. Diamond, no?
Yes, sir.
Diamond.
So, busy, sir. Sure. Atay, may mahulog tayo. Ano kayo, piso? Sino ka sa kwento sa inyo? Sino ulit ko ba? Pareho.
Ngayon sa ko.
Sino ko pareho?
Iwan pa na ko.
Okay, sir. Ano?
Muna ang class code. Ang invite link na siya.
Ano ang code, sir? Salamat, sir.
Dala niya lang. Ang paisa. Kung hindi ka kasulod, ano eh? Ano? Kung hindi ka kasulod dato.
Okay, sir. Salamat.
Try daw.
Wait lang.
So thank you, students. I want you to develop those skills because that is important for you, for all of you, to have critical thinking skills and all those underlying skills. And the result of that, you will be able to solve different types of problems. And I want you to apply those in your next activities or your ibang subjects niyo because those are applicable to all of your subjects, that different type of skills. So, bye-bye, guys.
Sir. Sunod na, sir. Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.